Welcome to the Children's Parliament.
Good afternoon, House. You are all most welcome to today's proceedings. Item number 2 on the order paper, environmental degradation.
Madam Speaker, when is my motion coming in?
Honorable, sit down. Order in the House. I said order in the House.
In this issue, I'm supporting Honorable Kasauli. It's just poor management for sure. Money is being stolen.
I don't support this issue. The company has to be sold because it's not making any.
About this issue, but Honorable Chantal, the factory will...
The company must be sold. It's not
Company
making. Finance has to be sold. The company must be sold. It's not
Company.
Finance has to be sold. Making any money. The company has to be sold because it's not making any money.
Company will not be sold.
The company has to be sold.
This is the Children's Parliament for the Living Legacy. Hello, Honorables.
Hello, Benon.
Today I have something perturbing me and I need some answers.
Which one?
Talk to us.
Honorable Phillips,
Yes.
I believe you have a brother.
A brother?
Yes.
I have very many brothers. We are around 68 brothers. And which one are you talking about?
There is one of your brothers who was a minister of trade and industry.
Oh, you're talking about Honorable Chiberu.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
In the time he was a minister, there was a lot of job scarcity,
Yes.
and the parliament went on to approve some limits. Those limits, which we can call them quotas, those limits were to, let's say you have an importer. Now, that importer is supposed to bring more than 20 tons of clothes. You don't have to bring more than 20 tons of clothes per year. But your brother, the minister, authorized you illegally. You get? Authorized you illegally, and you took that advantage to bring in clothes which are more than 20 tons that were in the quota that they gave all those importers, right?
Yes.
You brought and brought and brought. That even if, let's say, an importer has brought more than 20 tons of clothes, another importer, you are connected to that importer and you also own those clothes. Isn't it?
Yes, it
Now, I want to ask you. Yes, by the way, before I forget, those clothes, they were stored in stores, not so?
Yes.
But there were over like 480 stores. Now, I have a question. How did you manage to get these 480 stores in the East African region in such a short time? And these stores made the both of you big in terms of money. What do you say about that?
I'm a businessman. Isn't it?
Of course, we are business people. We are expected to make profits.
But when I see the dressing, you are dressing over 200,000 US dollars and per dressing, and you are saying that you are just talk about that.
Of course, we are designers, but the clothes we wear, they are not that expensive.
Which clothing are you talking about which is that expensive?
Mubuze.
Honorable, do you know how much a Breitling watch can cost?
Show me any watch. I don't have any watch.
You have 5 of them. You even have the Rolex Tagaua, which cost over hundreds of thousands of dollars. And madam, for you have the Hublot, which costs over like $50,000. And you say that you are not that expensive in money. And meanwhile, we are talking about watches. But how about the suits, the jackets, the shoes, the bags which are pure leather, the diamonds, gold, and oh my God, what can I say? The Tanzanites, and you are saying that you are not that expensive?
Listen, we are MPs. What you have mentioned can't even raise an eyebrow.
Okay. If that money, if what I've said cannot raise an eyebrow, that means that there is some information that can raise an eyebrow. Let me say, do you know that you have you have accounts that are even offshore that have money that is not taxed?
Where?
In Mauritius.
And how did you get to know about that?
Because you wire up that money, send it, and it reaches to those accounts which are offshore. Let me say, you two people.
In fact, I for one, I won't let it happen. I'm gonna work against the selling of this factory.
Honorable, in the last interview, you are the same people, you two. You are the same people who are investigating your other colleague for stealing the money and taking it for holidays.
What should we do about that matter?
We should wait until the next sitting and pressure him so that he can tell us what he used the money for, where he put the money, and why he lied to us and our nation.
Before we do that, we have to first do proper investigation on the hospital, the doctor who did that, and all those corners.
Now, I've already told you. What investigation do you need?
And on top of that, you are the same people who are saying that Nyarumombe Tire Factory should not be sold.
Honorables, first wait. We are responsible men and women. Do you want to call us thieves? Don't put us in your nonsense. I, Kasauli Joy Philip, I employed my attorneys to investigate about that matter. Now why do you call us thieves?
In this issue, I'm supporting Honorable Kasauli. It's just poor management for sure. Money is being stolen.
I don't support this issue. The company has to be sold because it's not making any
About
money.
this issue, but Honorable Chantal, the factory...
The company must be sold. It's not making business has to be sold. The company must be sold. It's not making business has to be sold. It's not making any money. The company has to be sold because it's not making any money.
The company will not be sold.
The company has to be sold.
So how do we get to know? How do we find that you two people are fighting for the common man?
This young man.
Hi, Honorable Kasauli.
Honorable Jamila.
Hi, Murinono. Hi, Honorable Chantal. Hello, Honorable Jamila. Can I have a cup of hot chocolate? What's aspiring today?
It's all a mess.
What's a mess?
Everything is a mess. Honorables are a mess. The parliament is a mess. Government is a mess. Everything is a mess.
We can create structures.
Structures, like, because we have many structures.
We can make a structure. We can create an office, like public protector's office.
Now I'm picking some sense in what you are talking. Naye, how does it work?
This public protector's office, we are going to use the attorneys. But these attorneys are not going to be paid by the people. The attorneys must be paid by the government. For example, a person has gone in the hospital, has not given enough attention, so can go to this public protector's office and talk to the public protector. That public protector sends attorneys to investigate about that matter. After investigation, the attorneys bring back the report. After bringing back the report, the public protector goes through. He can recommend the prosecution where need be.
Is it for some people or it's for all people?
No, this cannot segregate. It can be on the ministers, honorables, presidents, and the people in the public offices.
Honorable Jamia, that is a great idea. But when do you think that you are going to take this to the parliament so that we can dig out all these rotten tomatoes out of the system?
Just wait.
Okay. I am Benon Jonathan Mwebaza from Lisa Junior Constituency for the Living Legacy Media. Right about now, I have my friend here, my co-presenter. His name is?
Servidi Pius Trevor from St. Noah Constituency.
Now, you know, we have been hearing of the news trending, our parliament, our government, it's a mess, and but I want to ask, you heard of the news about Nkoyoyo, Honorable Nkoyoyo? Yes. And what do you talk about the way he behaved, the way he was in the parliament, how he talked about himself? For you, what do you say? What do you say, and how did you feel when you were interviewing him?
Honorable Nkoyoyo is a problem. He goes in the parliament and he begins complaining, and he drank while the whole people are seeing him in the parliament.
You never know. People are getting out of the taxi. You never know that there would be children that would become important people, like doctors.
And when I was interviewing him...
Look at me. Am I drunkard?
No, Honorable.
Now, how come they're telling me that I'm drunkard?
But Honorable, you're very fine. But Honorable, don't you smell like some alcohol? Where will it come from?
You see, there may be some villagers making some alcohol. So you're insulting me of alcohol. Why do you ask me of alcohol?
No, Honorable, I'm sorry. But Honorable, come back. He was smelling alcohol.
You are right of that thing, because you see, we always say that, by the way, when we were studying, let's say primary one, they used to teach us about leaders. And we used to say qualities of a good leader must lead by example. But now, you can't tell me that a good leader is leading by example when he's taking alcohol. That does not make sense. And on top of that, you are a responsible person. You are a husband to someone. You are a father of children. Just taking alcohol in the parliament, and it's a public office for people, responsible people that are politicians. And you cannot speak like people are having problems. You are also having your problems. So you are a leader. You cannot nurse another person's problem when you also have the problem. You first have to nurse your problem, and then, what do you say about that, Honorable?
Imagine, Honorables are playing games on their phones in the parliament, sleeping in the parliament. Even that's why they wear these black shades to cover their eyes so that they cannot see them sleeping.
Talk about that. honorable members in the parliament, they are in a public office and they are just sleeping, snoring. You know, they have to approve, they have to discuss about the laws that we can follow, but instead of discussing about that, now just see all the time taken, the time that he or she could take and discuss about the laws, and he's just dozing, he's just sleeping, snoring. Now, Pius, what do you talk about this? Should it continue, or we should, we as the young generation, we should also talk. We should also have a say. What do you say about this?
Here comes the funny one. The honorable who lied the whole parliament that he is going to India for operation, and when they gave him the money, instead he went to India and he is now enjoying life. Even his pictures are on the social media.
But now, what I ask that, was the honorable speaker alert? Was she having something on the head? Or, because you cannot approve such a lot of money that can build schools, money that can construct houses, money that can do a lot of things. You give such 300 million to just only one man. Man, I feel like let's just continue, but
I wish they give me that money.
Pius, they give you that money. What about me? What are you going to use that money for?
I will build a school and name it Pius Trevor.
Zona I never seen peso. Cancel Kendabe. Let me see. I could build a factory. Name it BGM factory for only clothes. Yeah, clothes. But I have a question. It's still perturbing me. What were those people doing? What were the members of parliament doing? Because really, 300 million, 300 M, it's a lot of money. People are suffering. Just look, people are suffering. Roads, muddy. They are maram. And some people there are having maram. They are having maram there. But they got that money, gave it to one person. Yet that money could build a road, could construct a road, could build a school, could construct a hospital, but it just went. That's why we say this country is so deficient, because there is we have never got any balanced budget, neither a surplus budget. We ever fall under deficit. Now you have been looking for the reason. Why are we back always? Why are we? That's the reason. I'm telling you, that's the reason. Now, here in the Children's Parliament, let me tell you one funny thing. We talk all as if we are joking, but let me tell you. Omuntu omuto, akubulirako era ekyo ekinno kitwala. Kati, if us, the young generations, we are telling you and you are not taking it, you are going to remain backward. Let me tell you, you are going to remain backward. The Children's Parliament is so valuable. Mwe mulinde mujalaba. Ate mujalaba nga eyinza n'ofuuka backbone. Kati, I have some other news here about the speaker. The speaker wants to go away, wants to go for a vacation for 3 months. 3 months. 3 full months. Now I wonder, yes, the deputy speaker is there. But still, they say that n'omuntu yennyini oyo abadde akulembera ekintu oyinza okulaba nga ekintu kiri mabega naye nga oyo kiri mabega lwa nsonga oyo omuntu taliiwo. Abantu babeera bamanyiira oli. Kati wekigga obeera oyagala vaawo kyokka nga bakumanyiira. Ddayo waka okyebuze waki obeera oyagala vaawo kyokka nga ate abantu bakumanyiira. Kati Pius, g'okyogerako ki kubanga speaker wants to leave. He wants to go for what? For a vacation for 3 full months. Now, Pius, come to think about it. The speaker, we don't know. The deputy speaker wants to leave. The speaker is now the deputy speaker wants to leave 3 months, 3 full months. What do you say about this? What do you talk about this? Because the parliament is also on pause. It's yeah. So we have many, let me say, there are many things, many issues to discuss in the parliament, and the chairperson, let's say our village is just on pause because our chairman he has died, or our chairman is not around. You see? So what do you say about this?
If our deputy honorable speaker wants to go for a vacation, now who will think for the house?
Who? Ako kabuzo kaliko question mark. Kali mude waka mukebuze mude waka. We have reached the end of our interview, and at least we have reached somewhere. Watch out for the Children's Parliament next time as we unveil more of this.